So there's some things that a lot of trucks have, and there's some things that a lot of trucks don't have. But what's great is you can always add them later. And that is exactly what we're gonna do today. We're gonna add something that the Cybertruck doesn't have. A side step. Now, there's multiple purposes for this. You can do like a generic side step that you can just like stand on. You can do something that's super heavy duty like a rock slider, which is not what today's video is gonna be on. It's just gonna be on a side step that can help you get in and out of your Cybertruck a little bit easier. But also side steps can do a lot more than just that. So we're gonna be doing a side step that's gonna stick out a little bit more, but that can actually help prevent any rocks being kicked up. Now, I mean, if you have a wrap, it's a little bit more important. You can kind of see all these little like marks going up like that. So they're like little like dirt clogs that were kicked up. If you have a painted car, it's a little bit more important, but it'll help prevent getting any kind of scratches or anything right here. So here is the giant box. You can actually see the design of the side step right there. This is from Test Studio. And we're gonna go ahead and get this unboxed and see how it looks. I presume these are gonna be all of the brackets. So each side is actually gonna be held up with 5 brackets. They actually say right here, L or R, which is super nice. And then we're gonna have more brackets in here. We have a bag of bolts, washers, etc. right there. And these long boxes in here, I can only presume are gonna be the actual running boards themselves. So, initial impressions. It's nice and grippy. Love that. Underside here, you can see the L is on every post, so you know exactly what side it's supposed to be for. You got your mounting brackets right here and here. But really what I love most about this is check out the Cybertruck logo kind of there in the middle. So I really like the look of that. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit this next to the truck, and we're gonna get an idea of how it's gonna look. Okay, so here we've got the right or passenger side running board. I'll just kind of go ahead and hold it up here so you can kind of get an idea of how that's gonna look. Something like so. I think that looks pretty cool. But we're gonna go ahead and move the truck so that I can actually show you, but we're gonna go ahead and jack this truck all the way up to make it even easier to work under here, and go ahead and move it probably outside against the garage door so that we have easy access and you can really see everything. Now, the one thing I would really make sure you do when installing this, since you're gonna be working upside down, make sure you have safety glasses on. I've done a lot of things under cars before, and it's dirty under there, and you don't really want any of that crap in your eyes when you're looking up. So make sure you wear some safety goggles. So I went ahead and raised it up to very high here. You can see how much gap we have. It's quite a lot here. And then I went ahead and put on jack mode so that it wouldn't lower. Now, under here, it'll be a little tricky, so I'll make sure to get some better camera angles here, but we're just gonna use these existing bolt holes, so it should be really easy to get this done. Okay, so here are all the left brackets. I just kind of gathered everything together. You have your bag of bolts, like so. You have just a regular washer, and then you have your little lock washer, like this. So the way you do it, you'll actually take your bolt, then put your lock washer on it, then your washer, and that's how you will use them throughout this installation process. So here I have all of my right side bars on the passenger. I have my bolt, locking washer, and regular washer ready to go. And then, I mean, the instructions are very straightforward. We're using a 12 mil, I don't know if you can see that, wrench. But what's included, basically you have your right, your left, your 5 brackets for your left, 5 for the right, and then all of your washers. So you're gonna go ahead and install these brackets one by one with one bolt attaching it to the truck. And then you're gonna kind of tighten it, but still leave it a little loose so you can manipulate the bracket a little bit as needed. Then you'll go ahead and sit your running board onto the bracket and attach it with this same set, like right here. And again, once everything's kind of hand tightened, we'll go ahead, make sure everything is perfect, then we'll go ahead and tighten it as much as we can. So since it's a little tricky to film under the car, I do have this mat so I can lay on it on my back. But I'm gonna go ahead and give you the rundown of where all these 5 will attach. So starting at the front, it is not that far back, and you can actually see it right there. That's where we're gonna go ahead. It's just like Tesla did these on purpose, because that's where you can screw it right into. And then moving down, there's another one, so that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, so we've got all these on. I'm just gonna pull them out all the way, so that way we can easily fit this on. We'll go ahead and lift this up, sit it right on here, and then we're gonna go ahead from the underside and attach those brackets to this running board. Now that we've got it loosely mounted, you can kind of see how it's gonna look, but I'll take you under here and show you. We've got our 2 bolts right there going into the running board, hand tightened. Then we have our bolt right there going into the structural battery pack of the truck. It's almost like Tesla put those threaded holes there for this very reason, which is kind of cool. We have all that loose, so now what we can actually do is you can take this, you can see it like flex a little bit. Gives you maybe like 1/2 inch of play so that you can make sure all this is perfect, that gap and everything, however you want it. So I'm gonna probably pull mine out and really make sure I have that like gap along the entire thing. And then we can go ahead and tighten everything up. Okay, so we've got that done. Nice. Makes it way easier to get on top of the top bars too. Those are super solid. Thumbs up. There she is, got the driver's side all done up. I actually think like, I don't want to say it makes it look fatter, but it does make it look a little beefier since you can't like see the ground, especially like right here. But I absolutely love that. I'll go ahead and walk you through how everything looks. Really happy with it. Makes it so that I can just step on that and get access to all this on the roof so much easier. Before I used to have to like open the door. Again, not a huge pain, but I used to have to open the door and then step all over that so you can see how dirty that is. And both the front and the back. But now I just have that, so I'm actually like pretty excited. I'll have to wait for David to get home and then we'll put both of us on it, but it says it should hold like 600 pounds. So, I mean, we should be totally good. Again though, if you're off-roading, it might be worth potentially taking those off if you think you might be encountering some crazy rocks, because you don't want to snap those off. These are not meant as a rock sliders, just as a side step. And speaking of going off-roading, make sure you remove your little front arrow guard right here, your like front mud flap. We have removed that a long time ago, and honestly I think it looks better without it. But also back here, you might want to consider potentially removing this part, which is like right here, because that can easily snap off depending on what you're doing off-road, and you don't really want to deal with that. So you can just undo a few clips and then get into that. Now I think the manual online says to remove this whole piece, but you can actually get these off removing a few clips, turning this wheel slightly, thank God for rear wheel steering, and you should be able to get in there and hopefully remove that. Now, I'm still debating on what exactly we want to do, but I would really like that whole side bottom piece in metal. Maybe even these in metal or carbon fiber, but we need to do wide versions because of the wide tires. And I need a front and rear metal bumper because, I mean, this plastic, it just shows like every little scratch. And I want something metal. I want something that screams truck. But that's basically it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Definitely let us know down below what you think about these running boards. I'm really happy with them. Now I know when I was doing my research on running boards, I did see some other companies were offering some things. However, they were like rounded tubing and stuff like that. And I just don't feel like any kind of rounded tubing or anything like that really goes with the aesthetics of the Cybertruck. You need something angular. You need something that screams cyber. And I think they completely crushed it with these bars. And again, maybe we'll go ahead and switch to the rock sliders from Unplugged Performance in the future. But I think most people would be just fine with something like this. Give you a little bit better of a step. And huge thanks to Test Studio for sponsoring this video. They are actually hooking you guys up with a discount code. Everything will be linked down below, but using code Derek on their website will get you 15% off of your purchase. All kinds of cool things like these side steps, so go ahead and check them on out. As always though, thumbs up if you enjoyed that video. Go and click here to subscribe here for some other ones, and we'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.